everyone. Welcome to Spirit Machine Official, a channel where we aren't afraid to explore the unknown, the unseen, and the unheard. And we will prove to you that anything is possible. That leaves me with only one question for you. Do you believe in ghosts?
Hey guys, good morning. So we're heading into our small little town that has like a ton of history. We're going to be investigating a coffee shop. It's now a coffee shop. We're going to talk to the owner and see like what the history of this actual place is, because it's not always been a coffee shop.
So this is the basement. This is where we're going to be doing most of our investigating today. It's very dark back there. Yes. Yeah.
Look.
Yep.
Yeah, they like definitely built a wall here for, I'm getting Underground Railroad.
Yeah. Yeah, so we'll set up the REM pod, and I'm also going to set up the other camera in here somewhere. So I set up the camera right there. Also set up the REM pod. Alright, the REM pod is on. Let's go explore. You getting anything in here?
Oh yeah. Where's the scary room? At the end? On the other side of the fridge. So we call Stacy Sherman came in, and she's like, "Oh yeah, there's somebody here." And I don't remember the name that she gave us, but she said it was a maintenance man.
No. And the only reason we call this scary room is because when we started demoing, this room, all the light bulbs were knocked out.
Okay.
And all of these metal shelving was just like pushed in here and thrown in here with like Christmas trees and all kinds of stuff. Like they just
a lot of
like
stuff.
a dump, like it was like a dump area.
Okay.
And so when we were doing like remodeling and stuff, I always felt like, oh, that's just the scary room, because it was just gross.
Yeah.
And watch, because there's holes around here. Watch, here's the sprained ankle.
Thank you.
What are you picking up on?
I just, like she was saying, like a gentleman, but I clearly see mopping happening, and I'm almost wondering if it wasn't cleaning like the floors, but cleaning like a flood.
Huh.
Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
water was lifted from underneath the ground here. Yeah, everything smells a little wet still.
And there's a mop.
Yeah, I know, I just saw that.
Mop right there.
That's really new though.
Yeah.
You have your other camera set up?
Yep. It's in the other room.
Alright.
Hopefully it didn't turn off.
That is a huge freezer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did anybody ever actually live here?
No, it was
Always
always
functional as like an operation of some kind?
yeah. So it started out as a hardware store in 1859 to 1860, and it's kind of interesting because it just was a lot of different things, like within short terms.
Okay.
You know, like it was a shoe store. It was a hardware store. It was the post office at one point in time
Wow.
here.
Okay.
There were 2 fires, one in 1891 and then one in 1896.
Okay.
And to this day, when we did the ceiling upstairs, you can still see the rafters
Burned?
are burned.
Wow.
Mhm.
That's wild.
But it doesn't really say why the fires happened. You know, like, I don't know, somebody kicked over a candle or,
Sure.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, back then it would have been something along those lines, right?
Right.
Cooking food, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay. Physically, the right side of my head is achy.
Yeah, mine is right here.
In the front?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, mine's like right around here. And usually that means there's a woman. Like for me, it's a woman.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I take it back, there was 3 fires here.
3 fires. Wow.
1891, 1896, 1923.
1923. Wow, that's when my grandparents were born. It's a long time ago. Was this ever like whoa, okay, like a blacksmith? Were there blacksmiths here ever?
What was that? Did you hear that?
Yeah.
It sounded like glass bottles clinking together, like quietly in the background. Huh. Oh my god, the REM pod's going up! Oh my god, the REM pod's going off! That scared the crap out of me. Yeah, I saw like a shadow, like a white shadow, which for me is a woman, standing in the corner. I got it on my camera and then the REM pod started going off on the green. Does green mean anything to you?
Is it still going on?
No. It stopped as soon as I got here. Oh wait, is it? It is! Guys, the REM pod was going off. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it was going off on this one. But I was, maybe it was me? No, that's not us. Something's over there.
Okay, hold on one second, because My headache is now gone.
Yeah,
But I still smell what is like metal.
And it went off when I was talking to her about it. Do you smell it?
Yeah.
The lights just flickered.
So that happens a lot down
Okay.
here. The lights flickering
Okay.
happens a lot down here.
Okay. That was crazy. Yeah, but I came over here and I looked in this corner. In this corner, and I saw a white figure of a woman.
You
And
caught
then-
it on camera?
I don't know, I might have. I'll have to go back. I'm hoping I did. If it wasn't on this one. That was not me. Because watch, I'll walk past it again. You have to be close to get it to go off. I was all the way over here.
So just
Mhm.
you can do your thing and ask
Yeah.
if anything wants to show itself or let it be known.
Should I get the ovule?
It's up to you.
Okay. I'm gonna get my ovulus out so we can try and communicate. Alright, I'm gonna put this right here. Is anyone here who wants to communicate with me? Oh my god, something came through right away. Yeah, you're here? Okay. What's your name? It said myself. Can you make the REM pod go off again? Can you make it go off? Ooh, it just got really cold. Gotta make sure. Would you like to say anything else on the ovulus? What's your name? Do you not like being recorded? I can see you trying to talk here. You're making the things go up. You can talk, it's okay. Was that you? I heard giggling. Did you guys just giggle?
Yeah.
Okay. No, you can talk, it's okay. Was that you I saw in the corner over there? I asked if someone was here with me and it said myself right away. I see you trying to communicate, but it's almost as if you're shy. You want me to stand back? I'll leave you be for a minute. Make the REM pod go off again if you want to say something to me, okay? Alright, I'm gonna go. I set the ovulus up and I said, is anyone here with me? And it said myself right away. Myself.
It brings words through the machine.
Yeah, like a spirit box, but yeah.
Yeah, it was just a general store.
Yeah. What kind of experiences have you had down here?
I had a vendor come down here that I didn't feel comfortable with.
Mm-hmm.
Like there was something just off about him. And we were standing over here, and he had a clipboard, or he had like a notepad binder thing,
Mm-hmm.
and his phone was sitting on there, and we were talking, and I kept feeling like I don't have a good rapport with this person.
Yeah.
And his phone was sitting on top of the notebook thing, and it came off and fell on the floor. And he quietly just picked everything up and left
Yeah.
rather quickly. Yeah.
So he knew too.
And then we had an exterminator here that he always comes in and, makes sure everything's good. And super nice guy, and I had really good relationship with him.
Mm-hmm.
He was in the back room, in this room here, and he said a screwdriver came, I didn't see it, but he said a screwdriver came off of the maintenance shelf and just fell on the floor.
Huh.
Not like it was like coming at him,
Mm-hmm.
but it was just like came out and just dropped.
Yeah. So whatever's down here could be a poltergeist, because it's moving stuff.
It's moving stuff.
Because when we heard that sound, I think it might have been those bottles over there. It sounded like something slowly clinked, in the distance.
Sure.
So I went over there, and then the REM pod started going off, and I
Sure.
saw a shadow in the corner.
She has some really interesting pictures of what it used to look like when it was other things a long time ago. Like right here is where we're at.
Wow.
And then this is what people knew it as.
A lot of people bring this particular portion of the era up, like this grocery store.
Huh.
What was the time frame of the grocery store again?
The Winkler one was 1927 to about 1955.
Wow.
Wow.
Because then he moved to Burlington.
Okay.
You hearing that in there? I keep hearing beeping and like walking around, like shuffling.
Yeah, there's definitely activity in that room.
Yeah. And when I was in there talking to whoever, it got really cold for a second. But it keeps sounding like someone's like slowly walking back and forth in here. Did anything else come up? See, look at the Ovilus. Like when it gets up to like 3 on the dot, that means something comes through.
Okay, so
But it's like scared to talk, you know?
I can tell that there's a woman in here.
Yeah.
So if you're able to just work through me, I'd be happy to channel. You don't need to use the machine. Is there any chance that you can tell me your age? Smell cigarettes.
That's what I was smelling this morning, but just to interrupt for a second, 222 is on that wall right there. Which is like my angel number. It's upside down 222. And then the word cold is written on that wall over there. And it got really cold. Yeah, but it got, I just thought it was weird because it got cold in here for a second.
I'm being shown eggs.
Eggs.
So
Huh.
I'm wondering if maybe she was like Laura Ingalls, like the
Mhm.
work material, right? That's always what I kind of think of when I think of that time frame.
Yeah.
Maybe this woman was the egg lady.
Huh.
She probably like frequented here, you know.
I just heard crying.
Huh?
I heard crying.
Fine.
I just heard crying. I'm serious.
There's a lot of things. on
Yeah,
right
it
now.
sounded like maybe a younger woman going like whimpering.
You say that,
Yeah,
and one of my employees said they heard somebody crying.
really? Yeah, I heard it coming from like over here somewhere.
Are you crying? Are you sad?
Whoever it is really trying. Did you hear that? Coming from over here, because you moved over here as soon as I heard it. I don't even know what that was. Huh.
You should move that room pot to the room.
The other one?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can go in my office if you want, and there's
Okay.
also a bathroom in the office too.
Alright, cool. Yep. So we're gonna move the REM pod into this room. I feel like putting it over here actually, right by the bathroom. It's chilly. I believe one of these bottles clinked together. That's what it sounded like to me.
But I knew shown eggs, like a basket of eggs. Maybe she was the egg lady that would drop off her eggs to be sold, you know? Or maybe she was the woman that like everybody came to buy the eggs from at the store.
I'm gonna move this camera.
I'm also smelling cigarettes, so she might have been
I'm gonna move this to like there you go, that's like a pretty decent look into all the rooms.
Do you want to be by yourself? I mean, it's clocking
trying.
something that's here.
Yeah, I was using that last night in the basement to see if it was still working. What? And it was only going to the first 2 dots, which is nothing.
Whoa.
It's trying. I feel like whoever it is I feel like they're confused, like they don't know what this is.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Like I said, they could use me if they want.
Yeah.
Do you sell eggs? Did you sell eggs? Oh.
Your ear ringing?
No, something just scratched my head.
Oh.
Fuck, dude.
Like
it felt
hard?
No, it felt like a bug was like crawling on my head.
Oh.
Ew.
I didn't see anything.
Ew.
That's weird.
Yeah. Give me the tickles. I want to know where this went to, because this was closed off for something.
Mhm.
Because you got like the old brick wall and then that new concrete, you know what I mean? I wonder what that's for. Other than maybe the fire did some kind of damage at some point, but that's still way newer than that.
They're really trying.
Okay. What are you, like, in your mind, in your psyche, what are you picking up?
Well, definitely a woman. I mean, she showed her aura to me. and it wasn't dark, which means usually to me women come to me in like a white thing, you know. Yeah, I definitely felt her here, and then I also feel like a little girl. I heard her crying.
A little girl.
Yeah, I see a little girl. She's like curled up, like sitting on the floor with her, like hugging her knees. I see her crying. She has like long dark hair, and I see her over here somewhere. I'm almost wondering, because I went into her office to set up the REM pod,
Yeah.
and I could feel her in there.
So what is your intuition saying that she would be from? Why would there be a little girl here?
I don't know, I keep picking up on like
something.
something just said like war or something, like
War.
her parents were like at war and she was crying.
Huh.
That's what I got. Something just told me war, and that she was like crying because she was like upset and scared.
Do you think that she was here before the building was even built?
Or maybe no, because I feel like she was here before it was this. But like she almost lived here, maybe.
There was nobody that lived here. It was always occupied as like a business.
I don't know. That's what I'm picking up on. Like I can see it clear as day in my
Maybe
head.
that maybe her parents worked here or something, and she had to come to work with her parents.
Yeah,
Okay.
something like that. I don't know.
And you said over in her office you felt her more?
Yeah, like over there. Should I keep this here?
Yeah.
Okay. She's like whimpering. She keeps crying. Yeah, I almost can see her like sitting on the floor right here with like hugging her knees, crying.
Okay.
But I don't know why.
That's just me. Okay.
That was a little
Lasted a minute.
lasted a little bit, yeah.
If you want the light, it's above the mirror, or it's below the mirror. Very janky.
Oh yeah, maybe she was like right somewhere in here. Cause when
Because the other side is right.
yeah, I imagined her being, I don't know, maybe I'm just imagining things.
It's definitely dizzy in here.
Oh yeah. It
Could
just
be
went like,
electrical. Definitely just got dizzy.
but she just feels so like sad. I'm thinking, I don't know, I feel like her parents were like getting divorced or something, like at war, is what I keep hearing. At war.
I don't know war dates. I don't remember my history well enough.
We left it in 1861.
Okay, so so that's when it was a hardware store, right?
I feel like that's when she was here.
Yeah, so maybe it was her parents that worked here.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like she was here during it being a hardware store.
1861 or 1865.
Okay. Yeah. So right in that space.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
So in the 1896, it burned to the ground?
Wow.
That's wild.
I just heard her again. She's crying.
Why don't you bring the other machine into that space then?
Alright, I'm taking this now into the other room.
What? Jesus, nice.
Energy. Learn. That's what came through. It scared me, sorry. I was just walking with it and it went energy. Learn. Learn about your energy. Learn about her energy. I feel like putting it in here where I feel like she was sitting. Right here. Was there a little girl here, or is there a little girl here? Because I keep hearing you or someone else crying. Why are you crying? Oh, something's trying to come through. I'll give you some space. Huh, wow. It's really trying. All the dots. Alright, I'm gonna let that be for a minute. I set that thing down on the floor. I set the obvious.
Mrs. Winkler was Nora Gerland. Or Gerrand. So that's...
I never correlated that.
Yeah.
And then she married the Winkler.
Yeah. That's who's here. That's gotta be the woman that I'm picking up on.
What's that?
Miss Gerrand, Nora.
Mm-hmm.
She worked during the holiday rush, and then she was unable to work because she was sick, and then all the way over here she ended up marrying
Then, like,
him.
11 years later, she shows up again.
Yeah, she ended up marrying the guy who owned the grocery store.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Set the obvious down where I keep picking up the little girl crying and all of the dots. It's like
Uh-huh.
trying to come through, but
Okay.
nothing's coming through yet, so.
We moved the store to South Pine Street in Burlington. What do you know where that building would have been? I know, she says that
I'm
happens
sorry.
often. It sounds like the air turns on and the lights and the flicker. That doesn't in our house too.
I'm guessing, for some reason, I feel like this was on Chestnut Street.
Okay.
So you know the intersection after Fred's?
Yep.
To the right.
It's really trying to come through. I keep hearing you or someone else crying. And I feel like you're sad or scared about something that happened or is still happening for you. Why? I'm gonna bring the REM pod.
Lori,
Yeah.
remember I was smelling like oil?
Yeah.
It used to be a body shop too
Oh, nice.
for 10 years.
Weird.
And
like
ironically,
metal.
my
Yeah.
uncle had his car, he flipped his car
Yeah?
and brought it here and had it fixed.
Oh, that's wild.
Neat. It's me. Bring the REM pod in here. That was weird. Whew. I set it down and moved far away and it's still going.
Seems to do that.
Yeah. I
What
don't
do
know.
you think?
Something's really trying to come through in there.
Maybe give it a few more minutes.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, the dots are really high on the ovulus.
The dots are high.
The dots are high. Wow. That room over there definitely has, for me, has the most, like, energy and activity.
Yeah, I'm really, like, after reading this with Leslie, I'm thinking that woman, it's gotta be Mrs.
Nora.
Winkler. Nora Garand was her maiden name.
I never, and I've read this multiple times, but I never correlated it.
Yeah.
Because it seems like such a span.
Right. Simply because the name Nora. Like, honestly, she's probably like, oh, look at that.
And I've never felt like there was a female presence in here. But I am also not.
Whoa, it's really high in here. Mom. The EMF meter just is going off. Well, actually, it might be because of that.
Yeah.
But it just went off again. I don't know.
Can I use that thing?
The which
Throw
one?
the one in your hand?
Oh, yeah.
I want to go into the room
Me
where
too.
everybody feels.
I was thinking about. That's probably because of all that. The EMF.
I'm going to go into the scanning room.
Yeah, I honestly don't really pick up very much in here. It kind of has like a weird, I guess, vibe, but the other room. Was that you? What'd you say?
I did. Something's trying to
Just heard the name Martin. Martin? Who's Martin?
We're happy to have some activity if you want to show us something.
It was just going off in that corner.
Yeah. You bring this back over toward the. There it's going.
It might be just because you handed it over to me. Sometimes, like, the batteries are kind of weird. Oh. It is going off every once in a while. Something like right
It's
here.
intermittent, but
Right here. These chairs or something.
I like these chairs. They're a good color.
Huh. I want to go
I
in
go
that
one more
room.
time into the room with the woman and
Okay.
then
It's going. Which one of these bottles clinked earlier? Oh, okay. Mom. What was that? Did you fucking hear that? Okay. I just heard someone, I swear, walking in there. bottle is definitely the one that clinked. Look. Oh my god. Hello? Who is walking in front of me? Oh, it's going off again. I can feel you. I can't see you. Would you like to show yourself? Someone is in there. Oh my god. Guys, you have to come over here. So I was using the EMF meter on these bottles, and I asked which one of these bottles clinked earlier when we heard that sound. And these two, of course they're not going off now, but these two, I was doing this to all of them, and it would go all the way up to red on these. And while I was doing that, I kept hearing what sounded like someone like going like this. Oh, it's going off again. And then like shuffling, like walking. Oh, it's heavy in here. It's not going off though. I could hear you walking around in here, making stuff clink. You made those bottles clink earlier.
She heard an old phone one time.
Really? Huh.
I was here by myself.
Yeah.
I was like, alright, you're not funny anymore. I was like, I'm trying to work on it.
This is uncomfortable. Yeah. So I often notice, especially with us doing these investigations, that places like this where they've got history and they've changed hands time and time again, people don't have to die in a space for them to come back, right? And it seems like there's a timeline thing where like the 1800s still exist right now, and those people are still walking around like their building is, you know, the same as it was for them in the 1800s, but we're here in the 2000s doing our thing. And then every once in a while that timeline will like come into the same, and you'll hear the phone ring and you'll be like, wait, that's not my phone, that was from, you know, the 1800s or whatever.
It only happened that one time.
Isn't that wild? So we did an investigation on a giant farm down in, where was that?
I don't even know. Somewhere in Illinois.
And
Not even.
there, so I was looking at giant, and my parents' cigars are truly big amounts of money.
Not
And
one
we
to
were
make
being
it go off.
really mean to the horses and really mean to any children that were running around. Like it was like abusive energy. And we turned the corner and there's this big sign. The people that live there have never seen this big sign before, and it was like some kind of stadium sign with a jockey picture on it, and it was like we breed and we train and we trade, right? Horses. And I was like, oh my god, you guys have never seen this before? They're like, no, we've never seen it, not once ever. So I was like, all right, let's try to get some more information.
Where on the property was that sign?
It was a giant farm, like stables, like hundreds of stables. We must have walked a mile to get through these stables.
Yeah.
Right. And
It's
it
a
was
big
at the end of
farm.
the stable. They had never seen it. It was kind of rusty, covered with like, you know, dust and stuff. But there it was, clear as day, like part of the history. They had a room, a viewing room in the main stable area, a viewing room, and I was like, oh my god, can you guys smell that? The whole family was in there. We could all smell cigars. It was like, this is where they would like watch the tournaments and things like that,
See
you know?
what they wanted.
Turns out the guy who owned the place long time ago owned Kraft Macaroni. Isn't that wild? I was like, oh my god, you guys, we're talking big money. Big money. It was wild.
Yeah.
But the timeline thing was absolutely stunning because we were all walking and we could hear galloping, and we could hear wheels turning like a horse and buggy. And it was like, you guys, like they're literally here with us right now, but
It gives me goosebumps.
they're like existing in their own timeline alongside of ours.
Mm-hmm.
It was really, really crazy.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. Anyway,
Anything else? No,
all right.
pretty much.
Yeah, I really think the woman was the strongest thing for me.
Yeah.
I'm glad you picked up on something else. We'll have to go through your footage to see if you find anything through
Yeah, I'm really curious to see if I caught anything while on that other camera
Yeah.
while the REM pod went off.
It's wild.
Because when I walked in here, I definitely saw something. So,
And you have our consent with being able to post this on her video channel? Cool.
awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
We're hoping that one day we get picked up by TLC and have our own TV show.
You need to get, would Sarah let you in chances?
She hasn't said anything, but I'm going to go to Sarah Damashi's house. Yeah, she says that something is there and it's supposed to be So I was like, well, that's poltergeist if they're using electronics or moving things. And when we say poltergeist, it doesn't mean that it's negative.
Yeah.
It just means it's capable of actually being present with us, which is wild.